Hello, it's Donna Joriasha, and today I want to talk to you about a concept called a shadow audience. Now, I know that it can be really demoralizing when you're continuously posting on social media and you're just not getting any engagement. You put a post out and nobody says anything, or maybe just your friends and family get on there and put a nice heart or a thumbs up on it. And it can be tempting when that happens just to think this is stupid, it's not working for me, and just to stop. But I want to talk to you about the shadow audience because it's a very important concept for you to get to think about the long game. So the more you post, the more you're out there, the longer you're out there posting consistently, the more you're going to create a shadow audience. So I want you to imagine a stray cat. So you've noticed there's a stray cat living in some bushes near your house, and you're worried about the cat, and you're thinking it'd be nice to have a cat. Always wanted a cat, so let's see if we can tame the stray cat. So every day you're putting food and water out the back door, and you're talking, like if you're catching glimpses, maybe you're talking so that it's hearing your voice and it's starting to trust you a little bit more and not run away quite so fast when you come out the back, and maybe it's lingering a little bit, and then over time it's getting closer and closer and closer until one day you walk out the back door, you put the food down, and the cat runs out from the bushes and runs over and starts eating the food. Now, if you hadn't have kept doing what you were doing, if you hadn't kept consistently showing up for that cat and putting the value down, which is the food and the water, and talking to it, building rapport with it, getting it to know your voice, developing that know, like, and trust with that cat never would have run out from those bushes and eaten that food. And then maybe after it eats the food, it goes back into the bushes. But every day when you come out, you put the food down, and every day you go in, you leave the door open. But the cat just goes back to the bushes until one day it eats the food, and then it just marches into the house and it makes itself at home, and it decides, this is where I want to be. Well, our shadow audience is like that stray cat. They're watching from afar, they're watching us, they're waiting to see if we're really who we're saying we are, if we really are that person that can help them. They're doing the due diligence on us. They're checking us out on different social media platforms. They're watching our posts. They're watching our videos. Maybe they've subscribed to our email list and they're getting our emails. Maybe they're in their group, but they're not engaging with you. They're watching you. So you need to remember them front and foremost when you're doing your posting, and especially when you're feeling demoralized. So remember that you have a shadow audience, even if you don't know it. Maybe it's just one people, maybe it's two people. But the more you show up, the more you put yourself out there, the bigger this shadow audience is going to grow. And you just think about them and think about, well, what is it I want this shadow audience to be seeing? What is it I want them to be doing? What is it I want to be finding out about me when they're doing the due diligence? And then to make sure that that's what they're going to see. You need to work out how can you make it easier for this person to decide to invest their time, their energy, and their money with you as the person that can help them. So stop letting a lack of engagement slow you down. Stop letting it letting the air out of your sails and pulling the carpet out from underneath you, and you lose all your energy because you're getting no engagement, because the shadow audience is there watching and waiting for you. Most people will watch and wait for a very long time before they commit. I mean, as entrepreneurs, we tend to commit very quickly to things. We tend to be like the 1%ers that jump in and don't do our due diligence. The majority of the people are not like that. The majority of the people are out there. And one, because they're scared that you might not be who you say you are, that they might get ripped off, that you might not be able to help them. But two, because a lot of people, if they're in pain, it takes them to get to a long point before they're ready to get off that nail, to accept the help that they need, to put the time and the energy and the money into solving their problem. So you need to be in this for the long game and stop judging yourself by your minute by minute basis. Okay, so rather than looking at every time you post something, every time this, every time that, rather than judging yourself by that, stop thinking about that, stop judging that. Be in this for the long game. Commit to a process, to a content plan, to posting daily, to writing daily, to doing video dailies. Commit to something for 6 months before you even stop to judge whether or not it's working. Just keep showing up consistently. And calls to action, of course, for the shadow audience. Keep putting that food out there for them. Keep putting that water out for them. Keep calling them to you. Don't let your mind drama over your current lack of success stop you. That's the past. If you let the past dictate your actions, then your future will mirror your past. Okay? If you let what you've done in the past and the lack of success determine the amount of energy you're putting into the future, you will never get anywhere. those who made it to the top didn't get to the top overnight, right? They got there because they kept showing up for long enough that they were able to get the momentum within their business that it took them to the top. And that's what you need to remember, and that's what you need to keep doing. So keep that shadow audience front of mind. Don't be demoralized by a lack of current engagement in your stuff. It will come if you keep showing up consistently and you start to draw the right people to you. You start to attract those people that you want to help and that you can help. And you start to draw those stray cats out of the bushes towards you. You're going to start to get that engagement. You're going to start to see that growth in the business that you really, really want. So just remember that. Remember, keep showing up and eventually they'll come out of the bushes to you. And you are going to be able to develop the business and the life that you dream of. Okay, I hope that has helped you keep going in your day-to-day action and not to give up. I will see you in the next video.